Assalamu alaikum students. Today's topic is going to be about hydraulic press. Now, what is hydraulic press and how can we understand it? First of all, we have to understand its principle. For that, we have Pascal's law. What is Pascal's law? It is stated that pressure applied at any point of the liquid enclosed in a container is transmitted without loss to all the other parts of the liquid. Let's consider that there is a container and liquid is filled inside it. If a pressure is applied on this container, then the liquid will transmit that pressure equally to all the sides of the container. Now in this case, let us read about it. An external force applied on the surface of the liquid increases the liquid pressure at the surface of the liquid. This increase in the liquid pressure is transmitted equally in all the direction of and to the wall of the container in which it is filled. This result is called Pascal's law, which is stated as we have mentioned it earlier. That means the liquid is transmitted the pressure equally on all sides. It can be demonstrated with the help of a glass vessel having holes all over its surface as shown in figure filled with water. Now this is the figure we are talking about, that there is a glass vessel and which is filled with water, and a piston, that means a force which is compelling a force on the liquid is shown over here. Now in this case, he says when a force is applied on top of this piston, then it will be transmitted into the liquid. Now, as we know, when a force is applied on a liquid, it will transmit equally to the all direction of the liquid. Now, if we remove the sides of the hole, like over here, over here, over here, over here, the liquid basically goes out in one direction, that means which is downward direction more as compared to in the top part. But when the pressure is applied or the piston is put or push the piston, the water rushes out of the holes in the vessel with the same pressure. The force applied on the piston exerts pressure on the water. This pressure is transmitted equally throughout the liquid in all direction. That means that in this case, when the piston is basically pushed like this, the water comes out from all direction equally, just like this. In general, this law holds good for fluid, both for liquid as well for gases. Now we come back to the hydraulic press. Now the same concept has been applied for in the hydraulic press. Now, what is hydraulic press? Hydraulic press is a machine which works on Pascal's law. It consists of two cylinders of different cross-sectional areas as shown in figure right over here. They are fitted with pistons of cross-sectional area small a and capital A. Now, this is a piston having a small area which is represented by small a, and this is a piston which is represented by a large area and capital A. Now, the force object to be compressed is placed over a piston of cross-section area capital A. The force F1 is applied on the piston of small cross-section area A. The pressure P produced by a small piston is transmitted equally to the large pistons of force F2 acts on A, which is much larger than F1. That means if we say this is force F1 which is acting on area small a, the pressure which is produced in this liquid will be transmitted from here and it will go over here and will basically press the larger area of the piston, which will create a force F2 which will be able to pick up loads of weight on top of it. We can see that happening like this. If force F1 is applied downwards, the pressure it goes into the liquid, it will transfer equally into the liquid, and F2 will be applied on it and it will be able to lift heavy loads because the pressure in this case will remain the same. The pressure on piston of small area A is given by P is equal to F1 over A1. That means the pressure over here is F1 over A1. Applying the Pascal's law, the pressure on large pistons A will be the same as that on a small piston. That means P, that means the pressure over here will be F2 divided by capital A. That means if both equations, equation 1 and 2, both are equal to pressure, that means pressure remains the same according to the Pascal's law, it will be F1 divided by A is equal to F2 divided by capital A, because both of them are equal to pressure, which is the same in case of liquids. Now, if we solve this whole equation, F2 over capital A is equal to F1 over small a, and if we want to find out how much force has been put over it, so it will be F2 is equal to A multiplied by F1 over small a. If we rearrange this equation, it will be F2 is equal to A, capital A divided by small a multiplied by F1. Now, this ratio is basically known as force multiplier. That means it is increasing the force because we are applying very small force on one side of the piston and we are getting very large force on the other side. Let us read about it. Comparing the above equation, we get F2 is equal to A into F1 over small a. We get F2 is equal to F1 into A, capital A divided by small a. Since the ratio A capital A divided by small a is greater than 1, hence the force F2 acts on a larger piston is greater than force F1 acting on the smaller piston. The hydraulic system working in this way are known as force multiplier. So this ratio is known as force multiplier. I hope you understand this concept. As you can see, very much large distance can be made. Cars, very heavy trucks can be lifted by this process, which is known as hydraulic press. I enjoyed this lesson very much. I hope you too. Inshallah, we meet again. Allah Hafiz.